Hi, this is Will Cook with the Will Cook Group at Keller Williams Luxury Homes. Welcome back to my video blog. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in our market and the possibility that we might be starting to see signs of a shift. I'm going to start off with a quote from Ivy Zellman, who is a trusted resource of information as a housing analyst. And she states, this month's overall homebuyer demand rating equaled 86 on a 0 to 100 scale, down from 88 last month and marking the first sequential decline since November. So this is like our first indicator, ever so slightly, that buyer demand may be waning a little bit, or may be beginning to wane a little bit. Let's move on to the percentage of respondents who say it's a good time to buy. So you can see in this graph, and this comes from the Home Purchase Sentiment Index, which is actually a survey of actual buyers that are currently looking. And when they were surveyed, you'll see that in May, 35% thought it was a good time to buy, which is a sharp contrast to last year at about this time in June, when the percentage was 61. So you can see that, in coming back from the Ivy Zellman broker report, where they were talking about buyer interest waning, this is now actually the buyers saying that it's not as good of a time to buy as it was last year. So this is another indicator that we may be moving towards a shift in the market. So perception is reality, and if people are feeling like it's not a good time to buy, then that becomes their reality. So you'll see in this next slide that actually the monthly showing time index is also reflecting this. Now, if you look at this for May, you'll see that the showings have gone down. The actual numbers of showings have gone down for homes. But if you look back for last year, we're still above where we were last year. So the sky's not falling, and there are still buyers out there. We are still in a hyper seller's market, but we may be beginning to see some signs of buyer fatigue and a shift coming in the market in terms of buyers' interest. In talking in terms of buyer fatigue, I want to point out some realities of buyer fatigue that buyers are experiencing. And they are record price appreciation, extremely low inventory, record high percentage of sales price over the list, and record low days on the market and historically low mortgage rates. And the final graph I'd like to share with you today is this graph that shows the buyer's market and a seller's market, which is basically a month of inventory of homes for sale. And you see this graph goes all the way back to 1999 and will show you when we've been in a buyer's market and when we've been in a seller's market. And you can see we're nowhere near a buyer's market right now, but you can see at the little blip up on the seller's market for this time, at the current present time, you can see it blip up, just nodding back towards the buyers a little bit, which doesn't necessarily mean we're going back to a normalized market anytime soon, but we may see a little cooling off of the frenzied market that we've experienced in the last year or year and a half or so. If you are a buyer in this market, we would love to help you. We have helped many buyers navigate this market. And as you can see, while the frenzy may be cooling a little bit, I think it's important that you have a trusted advisor with you to get you through your next home purchase. And if you're a seller in this market, you can see that while we are still favoring the sellers in terms of a seller's market, we can see a little bit of a nod towards buyers. So there is no better time than the present to get your home on the market in order to get top dollar. We'd love to help you with that as well. Also, if you have any other real estate related topics or questions that I can answer, please also feel free to reach out, email, text, or call me, and I'd be happy to make a video about it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.